Alaric loved his sister Elara. Their bond was unbreakable. Now a creeping illness gripped her. He watched, helpless and desperate. He vowed to save her, no matter the cost. Ancient texts whispered of forgotten magic. Alaric embarked on a perilous journey. His quest led him to the Librarium Arcana. The air hung heavy with forgotten lore. Dust motes danced in the pale light. Each step was a whisper in the silence. He knew the risks, but for Elara he would dare. His heart pounded as he navigated the shelves. Time seemed to stand still. He searched relentlessly until his fingers brushed a leather-bound tome. It pulsed with unseen energy. The grimoire of Umbra had been found. The grimoire was a double-edged sword, its pages promising both salvation and damnation. It spoke of a ritual, a dark pact that could banish Elara's ailment. But the cost? The shadow price was steep, demanding a piece of Alaric's very soul. He hesitated, the weight of his potential choice heavy on his heart. The words of the grimoire seemed to writhe on the page, tempting him with their power. Could he sacrifice a part of himself to save Elara? Could he bear to exist if it meant losing her? The answer, clear and agonizing, resonated in the silence. He would bear any burden, shoulder any cost to see Elara smile again. With trembling hands, he opened the grimoire and began to decipher the intricate rituals within. Each symbol, each inscription pulsed with dark energy, drawing him deeper into the abyss. The grimoire demanded rare artifacts, remnants of forgotten magic scattered across the world. Each one was guarded by monstrous creatures, their forms twisted by the whispers of the shadows. Alaric's resolve hardened into steel. He would face any horror, overcome any obstacle to gather the ingredients for the ritual. His sister's life depended on it. He ventured into forgotten temples, scaled treacherous mountains, and plunged into the depths of echoing caverns. Each trial tested his limits, pushing him to the brink of despair. But the thought of Elara, her fading laughter, spurred him onward. He battled monstrous spiders, their eyes gleaming with malevolent hunger. He outsmarted cunning sirens, their voices laced with alluring poison. And he stood defiant against the wrath of elementals, their forms shifting like smoke in the wind. His victories were hard-won, each success leaving him scarred and weary, yet he never faltered. He gathered the artifacts one by one, a phoenix feather, a vampire's tear, a siren's scale. Each object thrummed with raw power, a testament to the perilous journey and the sacrifices made. With the final component in hand, he returned to the grimoire. Exhaustion pulled at him, but he pushed it aside. Elara's frail image fueled his determination. The time had come to pay the shadow price, to beg the darkness for a miracle. The ritual was a symphony of shadows and whispers. Alaric chanted the ancient words, his voice resonating with newfound power. The air crackled with energy as the artifacts pulsed in unison. A swirling vortex of darkness erupted, its ethereal tendrils reaching out to caress his very being. He felt a searing pain as a piece of his soul was ripped away, consumed by the hungry darkness. In the swirling chaos, a figure began to coalesce, a being of pure shadow, its eyes burning with a cold fire that mirrored the sacrifice he had just made. This was the shadow price, his eternal burden. The ritual worked. Elara was healed, her laughter ringing out like a forgotten melody. But Alaric was forever changed. The shadow figure, his curse and his protector, was now bound to him. It whispered of power and destruction, of a darkness that threatened to consume him whole. He vowed to use his newfound power to protect Elara, to shield her from the encroaching darkness. He became a guardian, a whisper in the night, feared by those who lurked in the shadows. He was both curse and protector, forever bound to the duality of his existence. The whispers followed him, a constant reminder of the price he paid and the darkness he kept at bay. His journey was far from over, but he would face it with unwavering resolve, for he was Alaric, the Shadow Walker.